guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Wimbledon. If you're still enjoying the series, of course, drop a like on the video. That would be superb. Now, I know the 100th episode is coming up really soon, and I wanted to try and do something, but I didn't really know what, because there's not a lot of extra time, but I feel like I might be able to do a double upload weekend to sort of celebrate that. So hopefully that's what we're going to do, basically. And I've had to shuffle some stuff around with the fixtures coming up, because we've got more than I expected as well. So you'll sort of see what I mean about that in a second. Anyway, enjoy the highlights of the games we played this month, and I'll join you guys in a sec for the Sunderland game. Okay, skips through, finds Ramselaar. Can he get a cross in? Finds Fabio at the back post, and that is 1-0 to Wimbledon here at Roots Hall. We've played a very rotated side just to make sure that we get through the next round, though. That's the most important thing. Murphy's ball in. Artawari. Ball. Oh my god, Southend have equalised. It's happened. It's Dominic Ball. Southend United 1, Wimbledon 1. We kind of need to do a little bit better than this, guys, if we could. It's got an overlap with Ramselaar. Can he find a cross? He can. It's Fabio, and it's 2-1 to Wimbledon. Ramselaar's ball in. Fabio with the finish, and that's pretty much... Hopefully we can hang on to the lead this time. Francis, ball in. Oh, it's in from Hepburn Murphy. Incredible stuff. We've dropped deeper, and it worked. And Rushi and Hepburn Murphy makes it Southend United 2, Wimbledon 2. Come on, guys. And there we go. Southend United 2, Wimbledon 2. We're going to have to do a replay against Championship Southend. They put up a really good fight, to be honest. Particularly towards the end. Our goalkeeper was actually man of the match in the end, which is a rarity. Manquillo knocks it down to Guedes. Oh, and it's 1-0 to Chelsea. I think that might be a terrible defensive header, and Everton's picked up an injury and we have no one to bring on for him. This could be dangerous now. Frascoli's long free kick in. Headed away to Fisher now. Gonzalo Guedes. Are you joking me? And it's happened again. Like, guys, as much as you can tell me to put a man next to him and do this and that and the other, the fact is we'll still concede goals like that, and that's a risk we're going to have to run if you actually want me to keep playing the goalkeeper as a free kick taker, isn't it? Well, there we go. 2-0 Chelsea. We weren't good enough on the night, but I'm taking the goalkeeper off for free kicks. I know you guys want to see it, but every time I do it, we concede goals. And people keep saying, oh, do this. I do that, and we still concede goals. So, no. Goalkeeper's coming off for free kicks now. Ramselaar's free kick. Oh, my God. Fabio comes out to... Oh, my goodness. What a strike from Big Fab. Fulham 0, Wimbledon 1. We need to get a win here, because we've already lost 2 players to injury in today's game, and it is not looking good. Fabio steps up. Can he finish it off? He does. 2-0 to Wimbledon here in the first half. 2 more goals for Fabio. He is really carrying us through a little bit of bad form at the moment, and that's important. Well, there we go. Fulham 0, Wimbledon 2. They had a little bit of a fight back towards the end, but we stood strong and got the win that we needed. Important stuff. The injuries are worrying. So Mateus, that's more like it, guys. Mateus can skip around his man. He can. Can he get the shot away? He can. And he scored. Beautiful stuff from the young Brazilian there. Wimbledon 1, Southend United 0. Mateus is 5th of the season. He's doing well filling in for Peter, to be honest, because we needed it. Masek, lovely ball for Botso. Can he find a cross? Oh, he does, and Eisler's on the end of it. Wimbledon 2, Southend United 0. 9th goal of the season for Philippe Eisler, despite not actually playing all that much. Watch for that long ball. Oh, don't be silly, guys. Of course, right, we're dropping deeper. I'm not having this shit again. No way, Jose. Well, there we go. 2-1 in the end. Don't know how it was only 2-1, but there you go. We got the win and we're through to the next round. That's all that matters. Right, guys, we are back. And as you can see, we're still sitting second in the league, which is pretty cushy. And we have a game in hand, which could potentially see us go back to the top. So all is not lost. And I feel like we've got through a really tough spell without embarrassing ourselves, to say the least. Although we've still got Manchester City to play twice coming up soon, which is going to be interesting. But, yeah, so question of the day today is this. Who inspired you to start YouTube? It's not really a who, it's a what. Those of you in the that watch my Q&A video will know that I was talking about how I got to play FM in the first place, which was... due to the book by Ian McIntosh, and then I was reading a book called Soccernomics, and for some reason that got me interested in the whole Moneyball idea, and I tried to basically do something on FM where I was trying to do the Moneyball approach on FM. This was way before that, and then I kind of just got into the idea of, I read a few blogs about FM, I got more into the sort of community aspect of it, and I eventually started writing like a novelization, basically, using FM as a base, and that was my União de Madeira save. And then I kind of, not got bored of it, but just thought there must be another way I can do this, so I started doing YouTube, basically. I just thought, why the hell not? I had the equipment, I had already had a microphone, and I already had the recording software, so I thought, wow, let's just give it a go. And basically, if you're thinking of starting a channel, you really should. It's fun. If nothing else, if you've got that little bit of extra spare time, just do it. It's fun. So yeah, now, we've got to talk about goalkeepers on free kicks, because in the last video, or the one before, we had... I was told that if you put 4 players back, that should stop it. We still conceded. So I was told then that if you put a player next to the goalkeeper, like standing next to the taker, then that should stop it. Unfortunately, against Chelsea, that's what we did. But what weird thing about that game was, if you actually look at the highlight, you can't see a player standing next to the goalkeeper. But we had it set so there's 4 players set to stay back and 1 standing next to the taker, which was supposed to be Masek in that situation. So I don't know. I'm thinking about taking Galfrascoli off of free kicks because we're conceding too many goals from it now, and nothing I've done, despite what people tell me to do, has made any difference to the. In fact, we're conceding more now. So yeah, getting a bit bored of it because I don't want it to come to a final where we're going to win the game and then we'll concede a free kick. We'll concede a goal from our own free kick. You know, I don't want to run that risk anymore. But yeah, so Masek is doing brilliantly well, as you can see, and I think he's a real shoo-in for top 3 players of this year because he's just a ratings machine, really, isn't he? Also, something I forgot to mention, is that Galfrascoli was the goalkeeping player team of the year goalkeeper. He's got himself a blue card. I'm very, very pleased with that. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased that Galfrascoli actually managed to get himself in the team of the year. And also, Salvi was voted as the European Golden Boy, so that was really nice. Even though Baltam was actually supposed to be the one that was the favourite for it, according to the news anyway. Fabio was nominated for the Ballon d'Or, but he didn't get quite close to winning it, to be honest, because unfortunately a lot of the goals he'd scored were from the previous year, and he obviously didn't carry over into the calendar year. So there's that. Right, let's take a quick gander at the squad before we get into today's game. Fabio has 17 goals now for us. Hang on, come on. There we go. 17 goals, but Peter, Eisler have 9, Salvi, Van den Heuvel, Baltam Hall have 8. There's lots of other goals coming from elsewhere on the pitch. Now, Peter's injured again. You nurse him back gently. I wonder if he's got a slight injury prone. That might be why Wolfsburg let him go. I do worry about that. Obviously, Kenneth is still out. Everton picked up a slight chest injury, and for a while we had to play Ramselaar there. Thankfully, it was only against Southend. But Salvi is now back, and I think he'll be willing to play today. We'll just have to sort of see. Assists, can't wait to get Salvi back, basically. Fabio's the only player that's really... He scored an absolute screamer in one of the games. Now, I don't know why that's done that. I don't know what that was about. Anyway, right, so Sunderland away. Sunderland are sort of mid to lower table, so we should be able to go there and get the win, you'd feel. Also, because of all the extra fixtures, I'm going to do Paris Saint-Germain in back-to-back Livecom episodes, because that is way too much to do in one episode, because that would be, not only would there be 2 Livecoms, but there'd also be like 7 matches. Not happening. But with all these extra FA Cup matches, I figured why not just do Paris Saint-Germain as a Livecom, and then there's a separate Livecom as another episode, because there's a huge amount of stuff in between. Because why the hell not? Plus, if we're doing double upload weekend, if you do want to see a double upload weekend, do leave a like on the video. That'll let me know. So yeah, I'm hoping we can get past PSG, but I'm not exactly hopeful, in all honesty. So you may end up with transfer window in that time as well. We'll just have to sort of see. Right, so team selection. Let's do it. Let's see what we can come. Oh, for the love of God! Right, thank you. So Salvi he's not perfect, but he's worth taking the risk on today. So we're going to go with Baltam, Fabio, Mateus, Salvi, Masek, Farmer, Gomez, Mojar, Zissa, Achabar, Galfrascoli. Mankio is going to come in for Galfrascoli. Not Galfrascoli, what am I talking about? And also, Balesta... No, where is he? Balesta. He's not actually done that well in the games he's come in. So I'm actually going to stick with what we got, but in the meantime we are going to put him on the bench instead of Colin Murphy. There was 2 players called Murphy for Southend. One was called Hepburn Murphy and one was just called Murphy, and for some reason I thought it was Colin Murphy because I thought I remember loaning him out to them, but that might have been last season because my brain is apparently shit. Okay, we don't want that, we want replays. That's the one. Yes. Chelsea have apparently already won their game, which has stretched their lead over us, but again, we've got the game in hand. Chelsea are racking up goals like nobody's business, though. Seriously, they've got already, I think, 66 goals. They've scored 13 more than us, and we've scored like 7 more than the next team. So, yeah. So, we're going to see what we do against Sunderland today. Against Southend as well, towards that game, we were, obviously, as you saw from the stats, absolutely dominating them. And then they got one ball over the top and scored, and I was like, hell no. Oh, go on. Oh. Right. I don't know if you guys saw how many players were around him at that point, because I didn't actually get a chance to see that. But I just want to show you this now, actually, before anyone goes, oh, you're just taking the piss, that's not actually what's happening. Hang on. Oh, we're not allowed to actually... Free kicks, right. Look, attacking free kicks, 4 players set to stay back, 1 player stays with the goalkeeper. But where is he? Where is that player? I'd love to know. But I don't want to risk conceding more goals from them. Pollard, ball in, and caught by Galfrascoli. So, Galfrascoli out wide to Gomez. Man United are beating Swansea away. It's much tighter in that top 4 race than it was last season. That's what I will say. Teams like Man United are not falling off the pace anywhere near as much, so you still have to be very, very good to get top 4. I feel like we will, but we do still need to make sure that we don't get complacent and start going on a really bad run. Like, we've got through a tough spell. Salvi, go on, get that crossing. You know you want to. Oh, that is what I've missed about having Alessandro Salvi in the... Fabio's hair's gone. I swear it was earlier in this exact episode. Okay, or maybe it wasn't, I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention. Ah, dear. I noticed that Kenneth Van den Heuvel, when his hair changes, it is atrocious. He's got this proper, like, moppy blonde hair rather than his cool Aaron Ramsey style hair. Salvi skins his man, And that is what Alessandro Salvi brings to the team that we were missing. Lovely little header from Fabio. He, from that shadow striker role, is really embracing it now. All we need now is for Peter to stay fit for long enough to actually get a few more goals for us, and then those two could really be dynamic. Oh, Mateus is through. He's got to score. Oh, that was the chance. That wraps it up. Well, not wraps it up, but you know what I mean. That puts us in a really strong position. Mateus does need to get a little bit better, but he's still threatening to be good. Salvi, oh, look at this from Alessandro Salvi. He's giving a masterclass in how to be a footballer today. I'd like to see us finish the season with at least 5 players into double figures for goals, and I see no reason why we can't do that. Salvi's likely to do it. Obviously, Peter, you'd like to feel would, given that he's our striker. You know, Baltam, Eisler's got 9 as well, despite not even playing that much. When he plays, he does score. He's got great goal-scoring ability. Given that we're 2-0 up, I might be tempted to... Really? I mean, that looked like it went straight through the goalkeeper. What even happened there? That was right down the middle. He should be keeping that out, really. It's right at him, and he's right down the middle of the goal. I was going to say that we'll drop a little deeper now, and just frustrate them, but we might have to try and get ourselves another goal before we can do that. Shame to concede like that, really. But hey, things happen. Manquillo, inside for Masek. He's got to go back for Manquillo, or Gorn. You know you want to get that ball in. Does Mateus' header, and somehow he has missed that. If that's Fabio, you've got to feel like it's a goal. Mateus is not as strong in the air as Big Fab. Right, we're doing well so far. They're not doing anything. Ooh, okay. We'll take a closer look at that at half-time. I'm content with us winning the game at the moment. Sunderland aren't hitting any balls over the top either, which might be why they're not really offering much in this game. Fabio and Salvi have basically linked up perfectly so far today. A goal and an assist each is pretty much all you'd really desire from them. Sunderland have had the one shot, which was that free kick, but we do have to be careful. If they do start knocking balls over the top, then we'll switch systems, but at the moment they're not actually doing that. See whether he plays this short or long. He is going long, but Mohar should be able to comfortably deal with that. I'm a little bit annoyed at Galfrascoli there, but then again, look at this from Baltam. Had a really good little run there. Zielinski flicked on, and nobody's there on that extra. They need one more man. If they had another man forward, we've got to be careful though. If they do get another man into those areas, we've got to be watching out, because they need that one extra bloke to get those flick-ons. Oh, Salvi's through. What is this man? Salvi now has a goal. Sorry, 2 goals and an assist today. This is his first full game back after being out injured for 5 weeks. He's just taken the bull by the horns and said, you know what, we're having this. Lovely tackle. Look at the pace of Salvi. Flying in here, slide tackles it into the net from 18 yards out. He is a monster, and that's his 10th goal of the season, making him the 2nd highest scorer in the team, I think. Okay, so we might have to switch things up at half-time and try to frustrate Sunderland a little bit, because I don't want to see this game thrown away, because that's what we've very often done in the past. So I want to hope that the defenders can handle things a little bit better. Everton, again, putting up a real battle. You can see we're only 9 points ahead of Everton. We've a game in hand, to be fair, but not on Manchester City, so it could all still go tits up if we were to go on a poor run. I feel like we've got enough in the tank to get top 4 this year. As for the title, I do feel like in the end we probably might just fall a tiny bit short, but my god, I feel like the distance between us and the title this year is going to be so much less than it was last year. Okay, so I'm completing a few crosses, but a lot of the we're not doing a lot of the old key passes. I'm tempted to do this now, actually. Drop slightly deeper, turn off the offside trap, go down to less, turn that down, and also turn this down to much lower, just to make sure that we can kind of just keep our foot on the ball, frustrate them for the second half, and try to eke out opportunities. What we did against Southend. That's why the stats suddenly jumped so heavily in our favour in that second half against Southend, because we just dropped and said, right, come on then. Come on then, have a go if you think you're hard enough. We just played the ball around really casually, because we had that 2-goal lead. Obviously, it evaporated towards the end. Salvi, go on, slip it through. Fabio's in, and that is another goal for Fabio. Sunderland 1, Wimbledon 4. Fabio's 19th goal of the season. He's scored, I think that's his 3rd brace during this episode. He really is starting to step up again. He's finally sort of adapted himself to that shadow striker role, and it is perfectly working now. I think there's 25 goals for him this season. That would be perfect. Next year, I want to see sort of 20 out of Peter as well. And I know he's still young and he's not got the current ability up there yet, quite clearly. But I'd still like to see a little bit more out of him next year. If he can get 10 this year, I will take that. Pollard. Oh, sorry, I had to stop there because I was expecting something. That's sort of the way they'll have to get past us, I guess, if they do have any hopes of actually... Right, let's just do a quick team talk here. Who's looking complacent? Because they're like... Galfrascoli, interestingly. That's not surprising, actually, given what he did with the old free kick earlier in the game. They're going to get a few more shots now because we're dropping a little bit deeper. allowing them to shoot from range a little bit more. So Zissa's going to get off. We're going to get Ballester on because he's the only one of the outfield players anyway who's looking a little bit complacent. I'm actually going to get Bautam off for Eisler as well because he's had an okay game, but he is on a yellow card. So I want to try and prevent that. You know, we don't want Bautam getting sent off or something. Harris, surely not. I want to check if that is who I think it is. I don't think it is. I think he's still not playing for Crystal Palace. Patterson, ball in. Oh, wow. Iribarren with the goal for Sunderland, and they've got another one back. Alexo Iribarren, which is a glorious name, by the way. That's a bit annoying. We're sitting deep, and maybe the problem is when you sit deep, if teams are clever enough, they'll just lump crosses in instead. Two players there really should have done a bit better. Galfrascoli, not much you can really do about that. I still think we'll be okay, but disappointing, really. We've not created a lot of clear-cut opportunities today. That's what I would say. Why is this highlight continuing for so long? There we go. Right. Oh, come on now. Right, get that. Philippe Eisler, we need to lead a breakaway now. We need support for him as much as possible. Eisler. Looks long. Just knock that down. Ooh, should have gone to the fullback, really, but we'll take it. Fabio. I feel like there's a hat-trick in this game for someone, and I feel like it might be Fabio. Gomez. Get that ball whipped in. Oh, Eisler. Nice football. Can he knock it back across? He needs to. Pull that back. That's a penalty. Wait, no, what? Okay, I thought that was a penalty. Masek. Go on, Roman. Oh, hits the post and cleared away. We're very close to getting that fifth goal that would really put the icing on this cake. We need one more change, though, and who is looking knackered? Hang on, wait. Instead of who's looking knackered, who have we even got to bring on? It's going to have to be Achabar for... Boy, look, I love the amount of people we can bring off for Achabar. Tell you what, right? Now, let's get him on for Masek, because Masek, he's had a decent game, better than Sam Farmer has, but he's also much more knackered. And Achabar actually puts in some really solid performances in the middle when asked to. Bit disappointed to have conceded twice, really, but... you can't always keep the clean sheet. Galfrascoli. And again, right, why is there nobody standing with the taker? It beggars belief. There we go, that's more like it. That's what I want to see from him. Mateus, round the side for Salvi. Oh, I don't understand why, if you set someone to stand with the taker, they don't stand with the taker. Gurkhan. Gomez heads it away. Eisler can bring it away again. He's leading these attacks out nicely here. Fabio, oh, poor. Patterson does well. Ibiciello. Sunderland have actually done quite well. They're embracing the fact that we're dropping that high line, and they're actually doing quite well with it. So fair play to them. Most teams don't bother with this sort of play. Most teams will just try and lump balls over the top and we'll just head them away. But fair play to Sunderland. They've given a good account of themselves, but look like we are going to get the victory, and 4 more goals to go with it. Defensively today, not been so solid, I'd have to say, but hey, looks like we are going to get away with the victory anyway. So that's the main thing. Yeah, it looks like we're doing all right. Mateus has got himself an 8.4 as well, which is nice to see. Let's see some good ratings from that striker. One of the positions where we've really struggled to get good ratings out of players is in that deep lying forward role. Peter had a few towards the start of the season. He hit the ground running quite nicely. He just sort of tailed off a little bit, and a few injuries have disrupted his season, I think. That's been the main problem for him. But it does look like we're going to get a 4-2 win away at the Stadium of Light, which is fine by me. But Leicester will head that one clear, and Fabio will get a touch on it. 2 goals for Fabio, 2 goals for Salvi, an assist each as well. Salvi wins man of the match just about, and I say that's deserved for him. You know, I just want to quickly check if that was... Oh my god, it is, you know, I think. It is! It's Tony Harris! Wow, okay. He moved from £925,000. He moved from Palace to Sunderland. And he only played... I mean, look at this. He's not exactly tearing up trees. I saw some people talking about how, with Tony Harris... or we, you know, with players like, for example, training Bautam in that role, you have to actually play them. And I understand that, but we played Tony Harris in this position pretty much for an entire season, and still, you know, he never got anywhere with that. And it might be down to his own, of course, individual stats, but I've noticed that training players in other positions this year has got much, much more difficult. So 24 goals conceded in 26 games. Got to be careful on that front. Stoke have look at that, still only scored 24 times this season. Then again, that's still more than Middlesbrough. So, in the next episode, guys, we're going to be doing... it's going to be a bit of a snappy one, in theory, although the game could take for ages. We've got 2 games against Manchester City at home in the... well, we've got the League and the FA Cup, so we can maybe go. I'm going to try a full-strength team for the FA Cup, because why the hell not? And you guys wanted to see both legs of the Champions League, but this is the only way I could do it without an episode being stupidly long, and would take stupidly long time to like, prepare as well. So, we're going to do those games. We already know what we're doing, so we don't need to wait for this to happen. Anyway, if you guys have liked what you've seen, please do drop a like on the video. That would be spectacular. And if you'd like the video even more than that, and you want to see a double upload weekend this weekend for the 100th episode, that'd be awesome. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next episode for the first leg away in Paris against PSG. can we get through to the next round of the Champions League? That is the big deal right now. I think it's the knockout, the quarterfinals if we were to get through, so that'd be pretty damn awesome. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.